Good morning, everybody. So, I have a confession to make. I am really envious of cats. Yes, and that is because of their ability to see in the dark. As whenever I get up in the night to get a glass of water, I tend to end up with a stubbed toe, a bruised elbow, and a lot of confusion. This happened every day until I came across an article which read that eating carrots 5 times a day can give you night vision. Yes, you all heard me right, night vision. Doesn't the article sound quite fake or false? Well, that's because it is actually fake. Even after you eat carrot 10 times a day, you cannot gain night vision. And the thing that I witnessed over here is that all of us have been a victim to, which is none other than fake news or the famous misinformation. Misinformation or fake news is not just some online phenomena. It's actually something that's shaping the real world with tangible consequences. Look at the recent elections, the COVID-19 pandemic, or even the recent social movements that we have witnessed. Misinformation has played a key role in these places. Fake news is not only warping facts, it's actually changing perceptions on a mass level. To understand how misinformation spreads, we first need to see why it actually spreads. Most of us, like you and I, tend to think that misinformation spreads because people are not educated enough, they don't cross check, or they fail to maybe fact check. But that's actually not true. Many a times, it's our brain that plays a huge role in this. Yes, our brain actually makes us more vulnerable to misinformation than we think it does. Right now, most of y'all might be wondering, what is confirmation bias? Well, let me tell you. Confirmation bias is a human tendency where we tend to align our thoughts and beliefs with the information that we are presented with and try to dispute anything that goes against it, whether real or fake. This can play in a million ways in India. Like, think about religious sentiments, political beliefs, or even our views on current affairs. Over all these places, confirmation bias can play a huge role. Hence, when a bias is confirmed, it's more likely to go viral. Even a study by the BBC found that 62% of Indian internet users are not able to distinguish between real and fake news. And this is quite concerning because we saw the best example during COVID-19 when throughout the pandemic, various fake cures for the virus, false information about the vaccine, and a lot of misinformation regarding the precautions was spread widely across social media platforms. This was not intended to harm others, or people did not share them because they wanted to hurt someone, but instead they did this as a precaution or trying to help their loved ones because at this stage their fears aligned with the information that was presented to them. Just as we saw how these forwards made a huge impact, this leads me to my next point. The second thing that makes a huge impact would be social media. Yes, our all-time favorite companion, social media, actually plays a really crucial part in the spread of misinformation. Apps like WhatsApp have around 487 million users. Apps like Facebook having over 320 million users. These apps are designed with an algorithm that tries to promote the engagement of users rather than the truth or reality. So the more shocking, sensational, or emotionally charged a piece of content is, the more likely it is going to go viral. We can see this every day in our lives, as communication in India is so fast that both real and fake news travels at a very fast rate. A study by Microsoft in 2019 found that 64% of the overall Indian internet users are prone to misinformation on a daily basis. Yes, that means that 6 out of the 10 people that you know are literally getting the daily doses of misinformation. Isn't that shocking that people are being affected by misinformation on this large scale? And then comes the worst part, the 2018 mob lynchings case, where around 40 people across our country lost their lives because of a rumor of an alleged child kidnapper roaming freely across states. Yes, this was shared by people across different social media platforms, and this resulted in a chaos throughout our country. We can see that in a country where communication is instant and massive, it can also be deadly. Think about how communication so fast and so spontaneous can literally take lives. It's scary. And then comes the next scary nightmare, the political way. Yes, misinformation is used in the political sector too. India happens to be the world's largest democracy, boasting over 900 million voters. With so many people across different states trying to vote, misinformation can be used as a game changer. Many political parties have been using misinformation as a way to manipulate people for voting them. This has been used across several years since the media was introduced. Misinformation has not only affected people's minds and the voters list, it is also politically motivated at a very huge scale. Political parties have been trying to do this since several years. Many of them had been accused several times of making doctored images, tailored videos, and weird statistics that have been come out to be misleading. According to Alt News, a fact-checking organization, spurious news makes up to 20 to 25% of the overall news shared during any election period. Isn't that quite concerning on how misinformation is used in the election period, in politics, and everywhere that we know? So what can we do? What are some practical solutions that we can apply to defeat this battle of misinformation? How can we become victorious over these fake news and these lying habits of people that have been spread across our country? Well, there are actually a few practical solutions. First one being the fact checking. Yes, fact checking is the best way to combat misinformation. Many websites have been used to use as a fact checker. These websites are trying to motivate people to fact check and get their information thorough. Websites like Alt News and Boom Live have taken in charge in our country since a long period, trying to reduce misinformation at a mass level. According to Alt News and Boom Live, we are trying to garner a specific target audience that is already getting their facts checked. By sending them different kinds of debunked myths, viral videos, and explaining them the stories on a real-time basis, it has actually helped people a lot. According to Alt News, during the COVID-19 period, around 30 million shares had reached across India for debunking viral myths about the virus. Yes, it has impacted many lives. Then comes the concept of pre-bunking. What do you all get by pre-bunking? For those people who are smiling behind, thinking they're going to bunk school, well guys, that's not going to happen today. Well, pre-bunking generally means a concept where you try to send the real information before fake news even has a chance to spread. Yes, this is quite effective. Like we saw when the Press Information Bureau in 2020, during the second wave of COVID-19, spread many videos of and posts easy to understand, but simply explaining on how to take precautions, how to understand the concepts, and what things to do and not to do during the virus. This impacted a lot, as we saw during the second wave when people were actually impacted by this, because of which the severity of COVID-19 reduced by a lot. This comes to show that even by spreading the real information before even false information has a chance to go can actually save people. And lastly, government regulations. Of course, the government has to play a huge role in this battle. In India, the government in 2021 February announced new rules. Any company that has been flagged by the fact-checking agency for false news or fake information uploaded will have to remove that post immediately. It also says that fact-checking agencies also have to reveal the origin of these false information. This can lead us to the source, making the thing more practical and easy to clear out. Of course, the governments have to play a part, the tech companies have to play a part, and even fact-checking agencies have to play a part. But then what can you do? What can you as a person do to help our country overcome this obstacle? Well, there are a few solutions and I call them the QED. Q stands for question before you share. Yes, try to question anything that you see across before you share it. If you see something and if you think it's false, take a moment, understand the concept, try to fact check and then share it. If you are not sure, then don't share it. Keep it in your mind and try to take more information about it. E stands for educating your circle. Most of us have that one chatty friend or that one uncle who sends everything that they find. They will send their Instagram posts, their Twitter posts, their YouTube shorts, or anything that they find on even Google. The next time they do this, catch them and make them understand that that is not the correct way. Try to make them understand how to fact check and read thoroughly through the document. This will help not only in your small community but also affect the larger area. And lastly, D. Try to diversify your source. Don't stick to your social media feed, not your Instagram FYP or your Twitter page or even your WhatsApp shares. Try to use different fact-checking agencies. Try to go to different websites and understand the concept more clearly. Try to read through the concept and make sure that you make others understand it better. Yes, everyone has to play a part in this. The tech companies, us. So may it be media literacy, fact-checking initiatives, or taking even 1 second before we click that share button. The next time someone does anything like this, try to make them understand. Try to make people more clearer about this concept. The more steps that we take forward towards battling misinformation, the more successful we will be. The question that lies over here isn't whether we could stop misinformation. The question is whether we will. So before I end my speech, I would like to recite a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Thank you.